Alpha, subscribe to Auskarr B.Studios. Like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome to OWFA, where people tell us about their lives in the diaspora. Our guest today is an entrepreneur. We should keep it there, right?
You can continue if you want to continue. What?
I should continue.
If you want to continue, continue. Well, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a marketing manager. I'm a community advocate.
Okay.
What else? Minister of enjoyment. You know,
All-round big boy.
everything
Big boy.
around. I don't know about big boy Shabbat.
You don't know about that side.
I don't know about that one.
But seriously, no. Everything that you're running is giving big boy.
Says on who standard?
It's giving big man.
Big man what? I beg you. Don't be deceived.
Don't be deceived.
So that my helpers cannot, my helpers might think that I don't need help. You need help still, please.
My opponents, you have been deceived. Okay, it's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell me how you're doing without saying fine, great, perfect? Just how you're doing
Amazing.
in general. Amazing. Fine. It's good to find another adjective. Fine. Okay.
There's no way you can't use any of those adjectives without saying. You didn't say I'm good, so I can say I'm good. You didn't say good, so
Okay.
I can say good. Yeah, I can say good. I'm good.
Down, you're just good. You're just good.
I mean, I'm.
Okay,
Yeah, good.
tell me what tell me what was the best part of this last month? Well, this September that we are rounding up.
I can have a terrible memory sometimes. It's like
Vibes is just too much.
it's terrible. I have a terrible memory, you know. Was it this month we brought D James? I think it was this month. Let me quickly check. Let me just double check because a lot is going on, right? So it's like, I need to obviously promote my. Yes, now let me just double check.
Feel
I think
free, knock yourself
it
out.
was, yeah, September 4th. It was this month. See, September 4th is a long time ago. So the best part of my month, I would say, was we brought in a big DJ called D James
Okay.
to Waterloo on a Thursday night, and it was good. We had a good night.
Okay.
Yesterday I did something random.
Like,
I went for so I'm on the board of a creative company, like a non-profit company here in the region, and they had a creative cafe launch,
okay.
and I was on the party bus for the first time. So that was random. I don't know when I'm on the party bus. And then we went all the way to Cambridge, and then I saw an artist who I grew up listening, Cardinal Official. So yeah, that was a good time too. So September was a good month.
For someone that runs parties, like you say,
I don't run. So this thing, I'm not a party person.
okay.
I don't just do parties. I feel like I do events out of the need for doing events. Not that it's like I don't even like clubbing. I don't like going to the clubs. Like I'm a very stay-at-home person, which is like, I think something people like. Every time I tell people that, that's like it's a lie. I'm like, that's fact. That's literally. I feel like I do the things I need to do out of the need to do them.
Okay.
Because it's work. Like I said,
Necessity.
community, right?
Okay.
So it's like all these things are being needed because when you think about like the landscape of, I'm an immigrant, right? So it's like, this is how do we create that home away from home experience for people still? Because the one source of, I can't remember the research I was reading, but it's like joy, like actual joy, happiness, as a big source of like improving somebody's well-being, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we create things to be able to improve this?
Yeah.
Or Afro-Vibes Festival, or doing this, or doing that, gathering, building community, hosting barbecues. Like I just randomly just do stuff to bring people together sometimes. So, but again, like I said, it's out of the need to. not necessarily
it
that's
just ends
like
up in a party. It wasn't meant to be a party.
it just kind of you know, it's just sometimes. I mean, I don't. The party is like very easy to execute, right?
Oh yeah, true.
So it's like one of those ones. And even the parties that we do again, it's like now we're leaning more towards not only just parties, but it's like how do we like my biggest goal since I came into the city was how do we when artists or people are touring like they're touring in Canada, how do they make Waterloo like a destination, right?
Right. Okay.
And that has been happening now, you know. So it's like that's what it is. So that's what those are the events that I like kind of have been focusing on in regards to like bringing these artists here. Whiskey's DJ Tunes was here for pre-Afro Vibes Festival. We had DJ Neptune for the after party, and then DJ James in September. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
So where is, you said home, creating home away from home. Where is home?
Guess.
I should guess.
Yeah, guess. Where else?
Please tell us.
No, guess.
No, please tell our guests. Me taking a guess. That no. Why should I take a stab at it? You tell us.
The country that has the best jollof rice in Africa. That's what I'll say. You will go and fight in the comments.
But I'm big. Okay, so how long were you back home?
I just moved here in 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so is your life very different from what it was in Nigeria?
100%.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Like, should I say 100%? Not really, because I mean, if you're thinking I'm a party person, it probably kind of feels like
party.
Because it's like when I was in so I used to work with MTV when I was in Nigeria, right?
Okay.
So I've always been in media. I've like had that media experience. But the thing is that like working in a company like MTV, it's like my weekend was me always going outside for like events, concerts, festivals. Like literally like that was what I was doing, right? But I feel like Kitchener Waterloo has actually like slowed me down. Like where in the sense like I'm now, like I said, I really enjoy spending time at home. I won't say this when I was back home because it's like I'm going for one concert. My shout out to my mom, man, because it's like every single weekend I'm like always going outside for like one thing or the other, right? So like now obviously I'm doing this interview. I don't think I would have time. I would have had time to do that. The other day I went to play golf. My mom was like, see you're now doing hobbies in Canada. You know, so you know, it's like so I think I'm more like Canada here. I'm more relaxed. You know, I'm just more like chill. more chill and everything else. And it was intentional, to be honest. That's why I'm not in Toronto too. You know, so I feel like.
So do you think that you're like somewhere? Because you said 100% before, but now it's like it's not,
because I mean, like 100. I said, if you are having a perception of like,
feel like you're in between. So if you went back home today now, it's like that life will return.
Nah, actually, I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. I feel like now again, like for me, like friendships and family is obviously so important right now because obviously I've grown older. So when I go home, I'm more intentional about spending time with like the people I haven't seen in a while. Okay. You're not gonna find me like going outside every weekend and doing all of that, right? I think that was for young Peter. Nah, it's really just more about like, you know, still have a good time, but just be intentional about like how I have a good time.
Okay. So people talk about culture shock. What would you say was your own?
Man.
When you came here? It's like 4 years now.
Two things is about to be run. It's about to be nasty.
Okay.
The first time, because when I came here in 2021 in January, we were locked in a hotel because of COVID, right? Like they put us in a hotel.
Yeah.
And I remember when I went to use the washroom, the toilet, when I flushed, right, the water rose like really high. And I called my sister, I was like, have I spoiled your toilet here? Because where I'm from in Nigeria, when you flush, it goes down, right? So yeah, I don't know why water was carrying, was rising up. I was like, bro, like I had to call my sister, like, because my sister is like, she's been here from time. I'm like, yo,
for a while. Yeah.
Did I spoil these people's toilet? She's like, what happened? What's going on? I'm like, what's water? She's like, Peter, don't embarrass me now. What's this? So that's one. The other one was, I think just randomly, I was looking outside the window. These are the things I remember clearly, right? I was looking outside the window the first time I came, and it was like around maybe like maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or so. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in Nigeria. Let me not give my country a bad reputation. But I remember just seeing, like, there was traffic, right? There was a red light. And rather than, obviously, a car just, like, stopped doing traffic at 2 a.m. And in my head, I'm like, that's very interesting because
it's never happened.
It probably won't happen. Like, it's 2 a.m., nobody's watching you. So most people would just jet off and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So I saw that, I was like, this was at random, and I'm like, interesting, okay. So those are the two things. The moment I came into Canada, like in January 2021, those were the two things that I feel like, you know what, that like kind of hit my head. And then obviously also the boss one, which I never really did, or I never do. I'm just like, I'm Nigerian, I'm not gonna do that. When people come off the bus, it's like, thank you. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on?
So
like, it's so polite. Yeah, it's like, I mean, obviously Nigeria, that was not something I mean. Everybody's jumping that way and say, we have time to say thank you to that food driver. So you come down and say, give me change, thank you. No.
Makes sense. Okay. So what would you say? I mean, what moment? Because you came in 2021, which is pretty. It's not weird for that long.
I'm a newcomer.
Very newcomer.
So,
what made you think, oh, I need to create something or start doing something, or was it more of, okay, I need to continue the vibe I had it back home?
So I started a media company. I started DJ Millennials back home.
Oh, okay,
but I think the direction that we were going wasn't the obviously direction that it is right now.
Right.
When I came into Canada, I just realized that there was a lack of media platforms that are creating news and information for African pop culture.
Okay.
Like there went a lot of laser focused platforms that were tailored towards like creating that, right? And I keep on using this example of the one thing that just validated me properly was there was it Thames at the Auskarr? There was an event where Thames wore this like big outfit and was covering people's thing, right? And then the media platform had posted it on they posted that picture on their Instagram page.
Yeah.
And they said a woman covered people's faces, something like that, right? Just basically kind of saying that, like, bro, it's like Thames, like if you're gonna report like Beyonce, for example, you're not call Beyonce a woman, right? It's like, I know Thames is like one of the biggest African artists in Africa, not even Nigeria.
Yeah.
And for a media platform as big as that in Canada to be saying a woman, it just validated that obviously they didn't know who this person was, right? So in my head, I'm like, yeah, right there is a problem, right? Like, this is why we need to do what we're doing, because at the end of the day, it's like, we need that representation, right?
Yeah.
We need like people to like have a platform or space that they can go to, you know, and say that, okay, or this is Thames, or this is what Thames is up to, this is what Wizkid is up to, this is what Ira Star, you know, this is what Stonebwoy, all of these guys are up to, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where I started creating from like laser focused a platform that celebrates and elevates African pop culture in Canada and across North America. So that was like that changed our mission statement. And then just a random time, like obviously I've been teaching out what are the two, and I just realized that there were a lot of events that kind of happened that again tailored towards like me as a black person, right? Like on a random Friday night, work has been stressful. I want to just go out. Like sometimes we need that too. Like it's like I just want to go out and chill with my friends. Like I don't want to be at home and be watching TV. Yes, I can invite my friends over, but sometimes you people, let's leave my house too and let's go out too, right? Like don't come and scatter my house. So it's like I'm like, there's no like there went a lot of like opportunities for that sort of expression, right? So in my head, I think I was on the phone one random Friday night. I was on the phone with a friend in UK, and she was just telling me about how, because UK, apart from Nigeria, I think UK is one of like the biggest exports of like African culture, Afrobeats and everything else, right? And she just telling me about how like it was small cities that sort of like impacted the global culture of like what's happening right now in UK, right? It's like we're just certain events or certain things that just happened. And I was just on the call with her, and just speaking, and I used to stay uptown, like I still stay uptown, I stay Waterloo, but it's like I used to stay like on King Street, like just like right the road, right? Yeah. So I just got off the phone with her literally, and I had been planning on doing this. I had been thinking about it for a long time. I'd already written like vision plan, DJ Millennials, this is what I want to do, blah blah blah. Yeah. But that call just validated me. It's like, you know what? So I just randomly just walked down the road to one karaoke. There was a karaoke bar uptown one of the den. And I just walked into the establishment and I was like, it was Friday night, nothing was happening there. I felt like obviously they probably were not doing well. And I was like, I feel like I can change your business. It's just random. Like, I don't know. Who am I? Right. Walked inside there and they're like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I feel like I want to do like stuff for you guys. I feel like today's a Friday night.
So you
nothing
met
is happening.
Owner, or?
I met like, I think a manager or something, right?
Right,
and then they introduced me to the owner and all of that, right? We had a conversation here and there. One thing led to another. The conversation was progressing. But what happened was they had asked for like a minimum spend for drinks on the day of the event. Right. But it was my first time doing an event. I wasn't sure. I was like, you know what? Let me just take a risk and chill. But however, I was moving to a new apartment. And then there was like a small lounge that they had. I was like, you know what? Okay. Let me just do this event here. And then the capacity for the place was like 30 people. When we put the marketing out, everything out, we had like 70 people kind of like interested and everything else. So right there and then we knew that there was an opportunity for us to create like more of this, right?
Yeah.
So we did the karaoke. We've done Nollywood watch parties. That's literally where we started. It's like doing karaoke, doing Nollywood watch parties. I did AFCON watch party at some point in time. Just randomly just bringing people together, games nights, all of those things, right? And then right there and there, we had the opportunity to do an Afro Vibes festival, right? So I think from the need of like, I think necessity, there's a quote. I'm not really smart at that, but there's a so saying about necessity, right?
Necessity is mother of invention.
Necessity is mother of invention. Exactly. Thank you. So that itself, like for me, was like there's an opportunity here in the sense that like we definitely need a community that celebrates that culture. So that's where Afro Nights in KW sort of came from, right? So
now what is the feeling that Afro Vibes is supposed to create, or with like if someone is new to it, what are they missing that would make them want to be part of it?
Like I already said, the home away from home experience is like one thing that I think people like. One of the feedback that is like, I've heard like a lot of with Afro Vibes. I've heard a lot of like stories. I've heard people meeting their best friends from Afro Vibes. I've heard people meeting their partners from Afro Vibes.
Okay.
I've heard people getting business connections from Afro Vibes. I've heard people making money from Afro Vibes. Like meeting, so it's like it brings people together.
Right.
Like where you normally wouldn't, like this is like over 10,000, 20K people gathered together to come and like celebrate culture. So obviously when they're coming to celebrate culture, there's oh, hey, hi, my name is this, that. Oh, this is what I do, this is what you do. Oh, wow. So I think that itself, those are things that I hope like, as you ask, I like how you phrased the question before, but it's like, I don't get the feeling for me is the feeling other people get in the sense of like,
so that's where your satisfaction.
Yeah, that's my satisfaction. Yeah, it's not a situation where it's like, oh, this is what I hope to get, but it's like, when I hear the success, like I don't, even during Afro Vibes Festival, I don't see what's going on. Like I don't really take anything in. It's when maybe after the festival, like I see pictures, I'm like, oh wow, this is what happened. Oh wow, this is amazing. Like even I tell people like the big one for me is like what the things that kind of make me happy, the events that I do that make me happy are actually like the small intimate ones, where I can actually talk to people and see what's going on. But like when it's like festival and everything else, I'm like literally running around, laser focused on different things. So for me, it's just really the feeling of like having that home away from home experience that people get, you know. And again, for non-Africans, is like coming into a space that like appreciates our culture, right? Because I tell people again, like when it comes to culture, there are things like music, food, drinks. So being able to create a space, you know, that kind of value, like that shows that. And then people are trying jollof rice for the first time. It's like, oh, I saw jollof rice on social media. Can I try some? Oh yeah, this is so good. Nigerian jollof, by the way, not Ghana jollof. It's like, yo, wow, this is so good. All of that, right? So, yeah.
Okay, so since you brought in Ghana into this, let's go there. So how does Afro Vibes, because now you're Nigerian and obviously you probably started with mostly Nigerians, or no? Or you had other okay,
always.
So how did you bring those different, what's the word, countries, African countries,
into it? So working with MTV, like one thing that I think I learned, obviously, was, and the reality is this, right? Because I don't know if it's maybe a numbers thing or Nigerians who just like to make more noise. But like generally, when it comes to talking about like when you're in a space where it's like you're doing an event or you're doing music or whatever, like Nigeria is sort of always like the majority, right? But when I was at MTV, we would always try to like laser focus on like Africa versus not Nigeria, right? You know, there's Sierra Leone, like there's a bunch of countries back home, right? So I've always had that cultural approach of if I'm doing something that is celebrating Africa, Afro vibes, even if I'm Nigerian, even if I'm Nigerian, I'm not in a space where I want that representation to feel like that, right? So even on the first Afro Vibes Festival, like one thing that obviously we ask people for country and all of that, right? And it's amazing because the first year it took us 1 month and 2 weeks to put the whole festival together, which was doing it for the first time. But the response was amazing. I think that's also kind of like the feeling that I have. I think like the response I get from people when I like say, okay, Afro Vibes is happening, and I'm like, people are telling me, oh, it's amazing, I can't wait, it's all of that. But when we put out the call to action and all of that, like finding vendors, we had vendors from places like Cameroon, from Kenya, from Uganda, from Ethiopia, on the first year, right? And even Ghana too, right? I think last year we had even like 2-3 Ghanaian restaurants, right? Like Ghanaian vendors, like serving food. Actually ate wachi at the festival last year, right? So, you know, like for me, it's important to always kind of find representation at the events that I do when it comes to like talking about like Afro vibes or Africa or any of that, right? So
I know you touched on this before, but let's say, what's the most surprising story you've heard from someone that attended about the festival?
Surprising in what sense? Like
you mentioned a few things before. Like people meeting friends, meeting business. So like, what do you have any story that's like the most surprising? You didn't think it would happen, or it just shocked you generally?
Not really, to be honest. I think the only surprising thing,
story, like someone that told you, oh, it was at your festival, I was able to do this or do that.
I won't say surprising, but it's like let's say expected, because like when you do the work, these are things that you expect, right? So for me, it's like I said, vendors, like when we have a survey, vendors are making over, like, let's say they're making, let me just say, before somebody comes and holds me for ransom, but like vendors, Afro Vibes, well, let me see me selling myself, because if you want to be a vendor at Afro Vibes, you can come. But like vendors are they're eating good at the festival. That's what I would say, right? It's like, I'm saying like numbers, I'm like, bro, I'm not even making this money at Afro Vibes. It's like, so it's like, I'm happy that that's happening, like in regards, like obviously, I don't know, I won't say all vendors, you know, obviously it's like, let me not say everybody's gonna make, no. But it's like, it's an opportunity to get maximum exposure, money. You know? It's an opportunity for you to like, why not, if not, right? So I think that's one of the biggest things. And I think I won't say surprising, but it's like sometimes when the first year when we launched Afro Vibes Festival, it was called Afro Vibes on Goku that year. I had shared flyers. It was like I had printed out flyers, which are still in my house, by the way. But we're trying to give it out to people, and people were like, "Oh, we've heard about this event already. Like, we're already coming for it, right?" I think for me, that for me is like, "Oh, how did you hear about it? Oh, social media. Oh, it's fine. It's all good. I have friends talking about it and everything else, right?" So a point where it feels like people tell me, actually, you know what? Somebody actually called Afro Vibes that Afro Vibes Festival is the Oscar or the Grammys of Kitchener. And in my head, I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, yeah, people look forward to it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's crazy that like on the outside world, that's what it looks like. But for me, I'm like, I still need to do a lot of like things. Because I have a dog, right? So I was on a call with the person. I was in my house. My dog was just moving off my dad, and the person said, "Oh, yeah, don't need to worry. It's just about marketing." I'm like, "Wow, not just about marketing." She's like, "People know about the festival already. Like, if you don't do marketing for Afro Vibes, I think people already know. Once you announce your date, people already know that this is happening, and they're going to put it on their calendar." In my head, I'm like, "Oh, interesting." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "This is what's happening," outside of my house.
Yeah.
But like in my house, I'm thinking like
Logistics.
nothing. Like I still need to put in work. Nobody's coming for this thing, and I still need to go and So yeah, I think that's like that phrase, that Oscar Grammys is the Oscar of
Oscar is the Grammy.
Afro-Rise is Grammy of kitchen. I was like,
yeah.
Oof, that's a big statement. What do you mean by that?
I did ask you before, but I was going to ask, did you choose to be in Kitchener-Waterloo?
That's a very good question. No. So I came for a master's.
Right, okay.
University of Waterloo.
Okay.
Let's say I jackpot, right? And I used University of Waterloo, right? But my campus was meant to be on Stratford campus. So Stratford is like where my program was meant to be. So there was the option of going to either Stratford or choosing Waterloo. I did research on Waterloo and Stratford, and I just felt like Waterloo like had a bigger population than Stratford and all of that, right? So I chose to stay in Waterloo, and I mean I've just been here since, and I've just like I really just like it here. Like I really genuinely like Waterloo. I tell people this, it's like when I tell people I like Waterloo, they're like, huh? Like I really do prefer Waterloo to Toronto. That's how crazy I sound sometimes. Yes, same. But like it is what it is. I would always just say that because I really like the city, right? So yeah, I've just chosen here as home.
Okay, so when you came, you just like, okay, there's nothing going on here. Let me.
Exactly, like literally, like why not make something happen at the end of the day? That's what it is.
So, what would you say is like your biggest, let's say, aspiration or dream for Afro Vibes? At least right now. It can always change, can always adjust. So right now,
facts.
What's your biggest
this year set us on a path that I don't know if I saw coming or if I'm ready for it yet, but the mere fact that we brought in like headline artists this year. So I mean also Amadi headlined the festival this year.
Yeah.
Burna Boy's DJ Lambo was at the festival this year. DJ Neptune, like I said, was at the festival this year. DJ Tunes was at the pre-party of the festival. So in my head, I'm thinking that how do we continue to top this up? So next year, like we're already thinking about like, okay, so if we had on somebody this year, if we had DJ Neptune this year, if we had DJ Neptune this year, what do we do next year? Right. So I think in my head that's like that's like the part that's like, okay, like how do we continue? Like for me, I always take learnings. Like for me, it's always more about like it's always thinking about like how do I look back at like what I did the year before and take improvements, take learnings, recommendations, all of that, and like take feedback and then improve the experience for next year, right? It's like, hey, maybe people don't even want headline artists. Like maybe people just want to vibe. So it's like I'm just in a space where it's like if we kind of like what path are we gonna go kind of going forward from this year. So that's
okay. So it's like you tell me what you're trying to do, but like what's like a wild dream? Like maybe if I brought this person.
Yeah, that's pretty well. I can't say a name. Like it's like
if I give me a name.
Yeah. Like if I don't want to. Like if I brought like the point of having a headline artist right now is like potentially like how do we continue building on that momentum? Because again, like I said, come 2021, like there went a lot of like. I mean, DJ Tunes coming to Kitchener-Waterloo before 2021 was. It was almost unrealistic. Yeah. Like DJ Neptune saying that he's going to come for Afro-Vibes, and it was packed. It was not as if it was like, wow, DJ Neptune came and it was a flop. Like it was a good time. So it's like, how do we continue building on that? Like opening up the city to a place of, like people can actually like, oh, your favorite artist is touring, and you actually see Waterloo on the name on the lineup, right? That's like, I think for me that's like the consistent thing that I want to keep on seeing, right? So.
Okay, so what advice do you give to someone that doesn't have a platform yet and wants to create a platform like this or similar?
Don't be scared to take risks. Like everything, like the two things I've said, like I call myself a madman sometimes, and I feel like nobody does have to like. Sometimes I can be mad, right? Like I said, doing a festival, the first year of doing a festival, it took me 1 month and 2 weeks, and it was my first public event in Kitchener, like in Canada, not even Kitchener, Waterloo. I'm saying Canada, in Nigeria, because it's like if I'm working in when I was working at MTV, it's like I'm not the one that is going to go and tell MTV that I want to go and do my events. It's a team that is doing it. It's my boss that is saying approve and do it.
Yeah.
But this was me putting myself out there. And this is with $0.00, by the way. It's like getting sponsors, getting everything else to be able to make the festival happen. It took me 1 month and 2 weeks to be able to do it. Valid, I had friends telling me, are you sure you want to do this? This is a risk. Like, are you sure? And what's the worst that can happen? I'll cancel the event. Like, that's literally the worst that can happen. So it's like, don't be scared to, like, when you have an idea, write it down. And then just go out and take your risk. Like, really go out there. Don't be scared of shooting your shots. Don't be scared of getting no's. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer in God, right? So I feel like I have this mentality. I have this. I've trained myself to believe that if a door closes for me, if somebody tells me no, then that door wasn't meant to open for me, right? If I try to open the door, and it, like I go and I meet somebody and the person tells me, oh, unfortunately not. It might have trained my head to just be that door. The reason why that door wasn't open for me was because the possibilities or the direction I'm meant to go to wasn't with that door, right? So I can't open another door. And I keep on opening doors until the one that is for me would open for me, right? So that's like how I'm like, I'm not scared of getting no's. I'm not scared of like getting rejected. Well, specifically. It depends on, business-wise, right? So, so 100% is like, just go out there, put yourself out there, and don't be consistent. Because it's like, consistency is not, and this is something I'm telling people, consistency is not like 100% every day. Consistency is like 5% today, 10% tomorrow, 20% the next day, 100%. But as long as you are doing something every single day, not like you're doing 0%, 0%, 0%, 1%, 0%. Nah. Just at least try. Even if you send 2 emails today, send 1 email. But one other day you're feeling like, you know what I mean? Energy, send all the emails. But as long as you're doing something, that's you being consistent, right? So, it's my advice.
So, I think my last question is, before we get into like fun stuff, did you think
this is fun too already?
Oh yeah, thank you for that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
So, did you think that you could get to this point like in 4 years, like where you're at now?
I don't be thinking about that.
Before you you came here, like, did you think, in 4 years I'll be doing this?
I don't think like that. Like the way I wasn't programmed to be thinking. Like, I'm not one that, and I tell my friends, I'm not one that, next 5 years I want to be a millionaire, or next 5 years I want to be married. Like, that has never been me. Like, I feel like what I do is I set goals every year. Beginning of my year, like January, I'm looking at the year before, and in the new year, I'm writing, okay, this is where I lacked. This is what I want to achieve this year. So I try to take it like one step at a time, right? Mm-hmm. Just from a point of like, again, being consistent, right? It's just like, okay, what did I not achieve this year? How can I improve this year? And not like everything I write down, I always achieve it, right? It's just a matter of like, at least I just kind of like reflect on those things. Mm-hmm. So I think just that habit is, I won't say that, I feel like, if anything, I know that I am deserving of where I'm at right now. Like, if any, I would say that I would give myself that, it's like, I am deserving of like being able to build a platform that is doing like what it's doing right now. Because I have put in the work, man. Like, since 2011, bro, it's like we've been here, right? So it's like, I did not say, I'm going to come to Canada and, in the next 5 years or 4 years, I'm going to own a media platform. I'm going to do an Afro-Vibes. Like, Afro-Vibes was not I wasn't thinking about Afro-Vibes when I was in Nigeria. Like, it was not a thing where it's like, when I come to Canada, I'm going to do an event, I'm going to do a concert. It wasn't never part of the plan. Yeah. But so again, going back again about doors and everything else, is like, it just kind of felt right because the opportunities just kind of like kept aligning to a place where it just made sense. Like, okay, you know what? Oh, this is what you're doing right now. How about let's try this? Okay, cool. And then it just kept on going to that path, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not I won't say that, oh yeah, you know what, 4 years ago I felt like I was going to be here, but like I'm here now and I feel like I'm deserving of where I am, right? So
that's good. And one last thing, what master's program did you come to do?
Digital experience innovation.
Right, okay. So it's kind of somewhere, so somewhere along the line.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's really great having someone with your experience and, you know, hearing your stories and talking about how you like Waterloo, which not many people talk about. They hate it so much, but yet they are here.
I don't know why though. I feel like I don't know why, man. I feel like, again, coming from Lagos, when I moved away from Lagos, not like I had a bad experience in Lagos. It's like I felt like I was not on the street of Lagos. Like I was. My office was like 5 minutes away from where I used to stay. I used to walk to the office sometimes, so I wasn't really like in traffic and all of that as much, right? But like I still feel like I just didn't want to be in a space where I felt like I'm panicking about like going to work. Like if I move to a new country, it's like, oh, wake up, traffic. I need to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm waking up. I need to, because Toronto is like it's fast paced, right? It's like Waterloo just allows you to slow down. And I feel like that's what that's where I'm at right now in life, where it's like I need to, because my mind sometimes thinks like I'm a very, I think like my head is busy. So it's like I just need an environment that is just like calm, right?
Yeah.
So, and Waterloo just serves that purpose itself, right? So, and again, it's like just there's a lot of opportunities in the city itself that like if you are, I mean, if thinking about it from, if you're looking for social, I want to go out night, nah, that's not what it is. It's like there are business opportunities that you could start because the city is growing. Waterloo is actually one of the fastest growing cities in Canada. So why not be part of that growth? Like why not just like find an opportunity of, again, like I said, necessity is the mother of invention, right? So why don't you just like find something that is a gap in this city that you are complaining that, oh, I'm not able to do this, that. So why don't you go and start it? Like why don't you go and try and do it? Right? So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you.
To see more of this, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends and family, tell everybody that you know, put it on your, I don't know, whatever, every platform that you have, your Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, if you still use Facebook, and every other platform that you have. Thank you for joining us today. This is How Far.